All right, let's talk about something every dog owner knows intimately: the stare. You know what I'm talking about. Why do they do it? Is it love? Is it hunger? Or is it something else entirely? Well, we're going to dive in and decode the canine gaze together. You know the feeling, right? You're just trying to work, maybe make a cup of coffee, and you can just feel it, that intense, unblinking gaze from across the room. You look over, and yep, there they are. It's pretty much a universal experience for anyone with a dog. But here's the thing. That stare isn't just some random quirk. Oh no, it's so much more than that. It's actually a really sophisticated form of communication. Your dog is literally trying to talk to you. The real question is, are we getting the message right? Okay, so let's start with the most common, everyday reasons. A lot of the time, a stare is just a super direct, and let's be honest, a very effective way for your dog to ask for something. Think of it as a simple, direct conversation. Dogs are incredibly smart, and they are creatures of habit. They know that staring at you around dinner time usually makes food appear. Staring at the door often gets them a walk. It's basically their go-to tool for getting their basic, everyday needs met. And this is a classic example of a learned behavior. I mean, it's brilliant, really. If your dog stares at you with those big, soulful eyes and it works, if it gets them a treat or a scratch behind the ears, they file that information away. They've just learned, hey, this staring thing, it works. But it goes so much deeper than just asking for stuff. This is where it gets really fascinating. That stare is scientifically proven to strengthen the incredible bond between you and your dog. Let's get into the chemistry behind it. So you've probably heard of oxytocin, right? It gets called the love hormone or the cuddle chemical. In us humans, it's absolutely fundamental for creating social bonds, especially that powerful connection between a mother and her baby. It just floods us with feelings of trust and connection. Now here's the amazing part. It's not just happening in you. Research has shown that when you and your dog share a loving gaze, both of your brains release oxytocin. It's a two-way street. You are literally getting high on love together on a chemical level. I mean, listen to this quote from researchers at Duke University. It sums it up perfectly. Over thousands of years, dogs have essentially hacked into our human biology. They figured out how to tap into the exact same neural pathway that makes a parent care for their child. It is an absolutely incredible evolutionary strategy. And this creates this beautiful positive feedback loop. Check it out. The dog looks at you, your oxytocin goes up, which makes you feel all warm and fuzzy and want to give them affection. That affection then makes the dog's oxytocin go up, which reinforces their desire to gaze at you. And the whole cycle just keeps making your bond stronger and stronger. Okay, so a stare can mean I need a walk, or it can mean I love you. But it can also be a warning. And this is crucial. The eyes are only one piece of the puzzle. To really understand what's going on, you have to look at the whole dog. Context is everything. A friendly stare is what we call a distance decreasing signal. The body is relaxed, the eyes are soft, maybe a little squinty. It's a total invitation to come closer. But a hard stare, that's the complete opposite. A tense body, unblinking eyes, that's a distance increasing signal. It's a crystal clear warning that says, I am not comfortable, give me space. Think of this chart as your quick start guide to dog language. When you see a stare, just run through this little mental checklist. What are the ears doing? Are they relaxed or pinned back flat? How about the tail? Loose and wiggly or tucked and stiff? Is the whole body posture soft or tense? All these clues together tell the real story. Let's just look at these two examples side by side. I mean, the difference is night and day, right? On the left, you've got a happy, relaxed, confident dog. The posture is loose, the expression is soft. But on the right, that dog is showing all the classic signs of stress. The tucked tail, the rounded back, looking away. It's a completely different conversation. And we have all seen this face, haven't we? After they've gotten into the trash or chewed up a shoe, we call it the guilty look. But in dog language, it's not really guilt. It's what's called an appeasement posture. They're reading our anger and they're trying to de-escalate everything, basically saying, whoa, I see you're upset, let's just all be friends here. And you know, sometimes a stare isn't about deep emotions at all. Sometimes it's just pure concentration. You know that classic head tilt look? That often just means your dog is trying so hard to figure out what you just said or what that weird noise was. They're looking to you for clues. Now get this. This is a really fascinating detail. Not all dog breeds use eye contact in the same way. Studies have actually shown that ancient breeds,
The ones that are genetically a bit closer to wolves, like huskies, they tend to use eye contact less with people. I mean, for a wolf, a direct stare is a threat, and a little bit of that instinct can still be there.
Okay, now we need to shift gears and talk about something really, really important. Because while staring is usually about communication or bonding, a sudden change in this behavior can sometimes be a red flag that something is wrong with their health.
You have to remember dogs are absolute masters at hiding pain. It's a survival instinct. But a new persistent stare, especially if they just seem to be looking through you or their expression looks kind of vacant or sad, that can be a really subtle sign that something hurts, like arthritis or even a bad tooth. And in our older dogs, unusual staring can be one of the main symptoms of something called canine cognitive dysfunction, or CCD. You can think of it as a dog version of Alzheimer's disease. It's an age-related condition that affects their memory, their awareness, their whole cognitive function. The number one symptom people often notice is that blank staring at a wall or just off into space. If you see that happening along with other changes like getting lost in your own house, their sleep schedule getting all messed up, or new anxiety, those are some pretty significant warning signs. Look, the main takeaway here is this. If you notice a sudden big change in your dog's staring habits, especially if they're a senior dog and you see those other signs we just talked about, you should never, ever just ignore it. A trip to the vet is absolutely essential to get your best friend the help they need. So, as we've seen, a simple stare is, well, it's anything but simple. It is an incredibly rich and complex language. It can be used to ask for dinner, to express the deepest affection, to show confusion, to give a warning, or even to signal a serious health problem. The key is just to look at the whole picture, the context, the rest of their body language, and any changes from their normal behavior. So, the next time you feel those eyes on you, take a moment and take a closer look. What is your dog really trying to tell you?